Judge Boyd saw potential in this troubled young woman despite her legal problems, crafting a tough but compassionate sentence that could lead to rehabilitation if she was ready to commit.
Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
for the defense?
Deborah Stanton for defendant.
And are you Ms. Butler? All right, and I'm assuming she entered the plea bargain agreement with Judge Angelini?
No, I don't remember.
Yes.
Presided, but
Oh.
we did do a plea.
Yes. And at that time, did you enter a plea of no contest or guilty? All right. All right, have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state,
Yes.
defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
and the TAP evaluation, state and defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
The best PSI and TAP eval that I've ever read in my life because they explored every detail of her life from practically birth till now. And I'm very pleased with their assessment.
All right, according to your plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,500 fine. The state is recommending deferred adjudication. This is the run concurrent with 718-359 and 728-369. The state is taking in consideration NITMAC number 752-652-760-865. All right, any witnesses?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Not from the defense unless you want. Here.
Yes. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Brianna Butler.
All right, so if you were released from custody, who would you be staying with?
I'll be staying with my mother.
All right, and people will say that, but have you picked up the phone and called her and she wants you to stay with her?
Yes.
All right, now she's under oath. Okay,
After her, I want to tell you something about me and her mom.
okay, all right, thanks. So do you have any children?
Yes, I have one son.
And what is his age?
His age is 2 years old.
And who does he live with?
He is not in my custody anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost my rights.
Okay. And so what are your plans as far as employment? What are your hopes, your dreams, your goals?
My goals is to be a college graduate. I want to be a nurse, a RN. So when I get out, I do want to start school. I was already enrolling in the process and then get a job.
All right. So what I can tell you is it's not impossible, but it's difficult. Anytime you have a criminal case, whether it's deferred or regular probation with a conviction, when you're seeking employment somewhere where it requires a license, it becomes more difficult, but it can be done because I know someone who actually went to prison, and I know this because I work with them to try to get their license and everything. Guess what? They're now an attorney. So it can be done, but you just made it a struggle, okay? All right, did you all want to speak to the length of deferred adjudication? It's in the plea paperwork outside the agreement, it's for 4 years.
Anything up to 4 years.
All right, so I'm going to set your deferred adjudication at 4 years deferred adjudication. If you complete everything successfully, you can always approach the court for early termination. But for early termination, I'm going to be looking at whether or not you've been positive, whether you've been reporting on a regular basis. You understand?
Yeah.
So there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, and I'll say 30 days of release.
Yes.
There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And the no unsupervised contact with minors, that can potentially change once you've shown me that you have everything, your life together. You understand? This will run concurrent with 718-359 and 728-369. Taking consideration NITMAC number 752-652-760-865. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. If you complete a higher level education, or if you obtain some sort of trade school certificate, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. So it'll be up to you whether you want to end up picking trash up on the side of the road or bettering yourself with your education. You understand?
Going to school, yes, ma'am.
There's to be no contact with Longley, Longle. There is a $1,500 fine that will be probated. And there is, I'm going to follow the TAP recommendation, and that's to be dual diagnosis, outpatient treatment with probation. And there's going to be 60 sober meetings in 60 days. Probation, is there anything else that's needed? And I see here where it says that she met the criteria for the MIC. So I'll do MIC. That doesn't increase anything. It's just those are probation officers who have specialized training to address any mental health issues you may have.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Sorry.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then we can go off the record. So in this court, communication, if there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not a good match, always come back to the court. This is what I tell everybody. My goal is to be rehabilitated. If you feel as though you're going to take a drink, because you're not allowed to drink alcohol on probation or do any other type of drug, pick up the phone, call your probation officer, say, I'm struggling right now, because that shows me that you learned what you need to do in order to be clean and sober. But if you're out here in this world and you're having problems and you don't let them know, guess what? We don't know, and we can't help you. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right. And you want to tell me about her mom?
She and I are texting every day. She
Mhm.
wants to know what happens now, today.
Okay.
So, yes, her mom's here.
All right. So they'll probably release you. It's probably going to be midnight. I have no control over
We
that.
have to make sure.
So if you make bond for that, this court is not the court that will be holding you. It'll be the misdemeanor court. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Just had a talk to Attorney Court 7. Where are you going? Over there.
See you at 1:15, Judge.
All right. Yes.